everyone, and welcome to Roll for Chaos here with Dreams of Silver and Stone on an off day. Haha! I was sick last week, and that
Surprise!
means, unfortunately, nobody can just walk in and take this spot I'm sitting in and do the GMing thing. I mean, I asked everybody here, but nobody wanted to just take over for me.
You did not
I
ask.
didn't ask. That's a lie.
I didn't ask at all.
That is absolutely a lie.
Because I could literally take that spot. And
Hey,
I could have some fun with it.
It looks like we're already sitting on the
characters or something, and just assume we want
Everyone makes 10,000 silver.
That's called cheating, my friends.
That's called the DM isn't here to tell us no.
So we're already almost at a level 3 hype train. That's crazy. Thank you very much for supporting us and for doing so. We love all of you out there. Hearts and loves and kisses. We are going to be there you go, level 4. So we are going to be moving into the position we left off last time we were playing, which was everybody here is hunting a Caaslav, one of the most dangerous types of creatures that exist just in the wilds on Miocenis, because someone here needs its snot and slime. I'm sure that's a worthwhile.
Not dangerous. I thought it was just a giant spider.
They are mind-controlling spiders with a whole bunch of chemical pheromones that can cause some crazy things to happen. Didn't you read the book? Anyway.
After canon, father.
That's cheating.
That's reading the book is cheating. All right. Well, we are going to go around the table here tonight. We're going to reintroduce who our wonderful players and actors are. And then we're going to start torturing them. So I'm gonna start off at random. There's 5 of you here, so we're gonna roll a d6, and 6 means GM's choice. Why not? And the first roll of the night is a 4. From my position, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is Sinan. Patchy, you are up first. Who are you? Who are you playing? Did you do anything fun in the last week?
Hello everyone. My name is Sinan, and I play Patchy, the resident Skixen alchemist, and this year is.
Come on, yeah.
This year is Chicken playing Felicia. Say hi, Chicken. All right, keep sleeping.
She's like, put me down, damn it.
And what did that? Nah, nothing fun.
Nothing
Just
fun.
Stressed out about work stuff, and yeah. Well, planned a nice trip, possibly, but for later. Once I get fully vaccinated, but besides that, mainly stressing over work stuff. Hopefully I'll get some good news later in the week, though, that will make all that stress worth it, or I won't get it, and that will just pile on it, and next week I'll be extra grouchy, which will work with Patchy.
Extra grouchy. Oh, McSherry, thank you for all the gifted subs. That's totally not too shabby. I did it. Anyway, moving on from there. We go over to Strat and Nohu.
Hello everybody, I'm Baffle playing as Nohu, the Kochkin adventurer slash tinkerer who just wants to have a little bit of fun out here in the wilderness. As far as my week last time, well, I just went to the movies, to the cinema, because it's been a really, really long time. And there's something about the experience of those overpriced tickets and those overpriced buckets of popcorn, like all that salt, all that butter in there. I mean, it's just an experience that somehow you miss despite.
Do you use a straw to get the butter to the bottom? That's how you're supposed to do it. You use a straw to get the butter to the bottom.
Oh, well, it's not they don't have that buttery in here. Just the little kernels at the very end that just get stuck in your teeth for a week, next whole week afterwards.
So what's the fun thing you did the whole week is get those
kernels out of his teeth. Oh my god!
It's the reminder, yes.
That's wonderful to hear that movie theaters still exist. I mean, I haven't been outdoors in ages, so. What'd you see? What movie did you see?
Well, let's just say that there was this big ape and this big lizard, and the lizard kind of remind me of Nohu for some reason, and that might give him a few ideas after.
Well, well now. That's
Amazing.
good to know.
Not much to mention. Just like with the trope where like the silhouette looks really big, just like terrorizing a city.
We'll
Just
move on.
the shadow.
Speaking of terrorizing cities,
It's
move on over to Nova.
It's no hero.
Blitzen Gamer, Nova, your turn.
Yeah, I'm Nova. No, I'm Blitzen Gamer and I play Nova. Yeah, get that straight. I have lost my voice actually, so I sound funky. That was the most exciting thing that happened to me last week. Yeah, a lot of things happened last week. Nothing that I actually want to recall though. It was a very stressful week. So I'm very happy to be here hanging out with everybody. And I may have a limited amount of talking in me, which would probably be beneficial for everyone because I have extra most of the time. And other than that, yeah, Nova's just an elf who's just trying to make her way through life. Yeah, making my way downtown, faces pass, places past, and I'm homebound. I don't remember.
Making my way down swamp.
Do-do-do-do.
Right. Anyway, yeah.
Moving on over to Kiara and Anna.
Hi guys, I'm Anna, also known as Sanctum Cosplays. What happened last week was I burned the ever-loving hell out of my hand.
Yeah.
That's really
That's
it.
hurt hunting.
It was also on Thursday when the game was canceled, so I was real thankful for that because I was like, I'm not gonna play with my hand bubbling and singeing, and it was great.
We gotta have a moment where Kiara is just seething in rage and crying off and on, back and forth, and that's
honestly,
it.
yeah, it would have just been a lot of me getting up to go run my hand under cold water is really what would have happened.
Poor thing.
It was not fun, and then now I'm just finishing up the last 4 days I have of grad school, and so crying off and on is still not out of the question tonight, Ty, because I do have 4 days left of grad school. So
try to get it all out. Get it all out. It's for the views, anyways. So
exactly. There you go. I'll just cry for the views, and definitely not because I have 4 assignments due in 4 days.
You poor thing. Moving on over to Clay. Speaking of poor things, Rob.
Hello, everyone. I am Rob B. Rolling, but that doesn't matter because tonight, I am Clay, the dwarvish scoundrel. The fun thing I did is I just pet a dog a lot.
That's a fun thing.
It's like the best.
Yeah, he's a lot. He's very good. Thank you.
Well, that sounds like good times. I did a lot of art, and that's fun.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
So.
And he was sick.
And I was sick.
And when he's sick, he's like most men when they're sick.
Ooh, he got a man cold? He got a man cold?
Don't you call me out on air. Yeah, I whined a lot. Give me a break. Anyway, so last time we left off, everybody had recently left Stuckfoot. After the engagement of the Empire, after that train of buggy boos that chased Nova and Kaizen, there had been a conflict. There had been a lot of blood. There had been a lot of damage. And after that, there was rest. And a little bit of a plan hatched. Patchy, recognizing now that there are individuals who are more expendable than the villagers nearby, has gotten all of you to agree to go on an adventure into a Caaslav cave so that he can collect a sample of its vitriol, necessary for advancing scientific progress.
I was thinking more capable, not expendable. Just want to point that out.
Good distinction.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd rather do this than give him my spit, so.
Yeah, true.
Thank you for following, Dates. We appreciate that.
It would
So, when we had last left, you had been wandering through the wilds for a while. Off and on rain, off and on sticky, mucky footprints everywhere, that nice gluey sensation of your boots trying to be slurped off inside of the muck. And you had come across a hillside, a rather large, cracked-faced hill that was almost mountainous, not quite tall enough, with a bunch of cave faces in the front of it. And as you had approached, suddenly everybody's worlds changed. Kiara, you're standing on the front step, and she's there, staring at you with arm outstretched, not afraid to see you. You see yourself in regal attire, and your skin is exposed to the air. You have something on your head, but it is not a hood. And you see automated carriages moving around from here to there. What do you say?
First off, I just want to say I'm finally a pretty princess. That's not what Kiara would say, but right now, I'm finally a pretty princess. Ah, ha, ha. I don't think there's any saying. I think there's just a very passionate dippy kiss.
You kind of rush forward. The two of them come together. And do you dip, or does she dip?
Oh, I dip. I fucking dip.
All right, and then you just...
Kiara ain't getting dipped.
There's a warmth there and a sense of security that has been missing from your life for a very long time. And as, you come up from this passionate kiss, she kind of looks at you. Well, what was that for?
I hate you, Ty. I just hate you. I just want to put that out in this world. It's just been so long.
It has been so long. It's just since this morning, silly. Well, come on, let's go inside. We have guests.
Am I smart enough to know that that's not correct?
You can roll magical to resist influence.
Okay, because that is not correct.
Wait a tick. That's.
Oof.
You are not currently capable of breaking through this
Uh,
influence. There goes an ace. You
Oh my
are
god.
not currently capable of breaking through this influence.
Cool, no, this is totally...
Willing suspension of disbelief.
This is totally normal, and it's only been this morning, yes.
The effect of whatever is going on will reduce in strength the more out of place and the more not correct things end up being as you are going through these visions.
Gotcha. Well, I guess we're going inside, because everything's fine and normal in this situation.
You grab a hold of, what was her name, by the way? I forgot what your...
Aurora.
Aurora, right.
Aurora.
You grab a hold of Aurora's arm, and she just, pats you on the shoulder and leans her head against yours as the two of you kind of walk arm in arm into the house. You see,
She's so cute.
you see individuals inside of there kind of, nodding and smiling at you, and you walk through the front of it. As you go into the main foyer... What's that?
Are my ears out?
Yeah.
Am I openly... this is wrong.
Your ears are out. And do you reach up to touch them? I mean, it's a little out of place at the moment.
Yes, it's still wrong.
All right. You reach up and you touch your ears, and they're rounded. Your jaw is slightly more square. Something's happened that has changed your visage. And she looks over at you and goes,
Everything's totally normal.
I know you have to check all the time, but to be perfectly honest, you look wonderful, and you're still you.
She's a precious bean and I love her. Okay, everything's fine. We're just gonna go dance, because this is totally normal and definitely not getting me killed in any way, shape, or form.
You start moving further into the foyer, into the main ballroom, basically, and individuals that are inside of it are eating and drinking and gallivanting about. Someone brushes by you, and as they do so, roll aware.
There we
18.
go. That's a better roll. That's a better roll.
I'm saying willing suspension of disbelief on those other rolls.
As this individual
Fair.
moves by you, you see that you don't recognize their face. Some faceless noble of some kind, wearing a nice top hat and a, coiffed attire with big frills and everything like that. But as they brush by you, they get a little bit too close and they bump into you. And as their arm moves across yours, even though it's a hand, it feels more like some sort of chitinous appendage, and something scrapes your arm. And for a split second, you see the edge of his arm become blackened and slightly shiny before he just dips and walks away. We move on from there.
When you said chitinous, it sounded like you said kittiness, and I was like, well, that doesn't sound bad at all. It's like a little
Chitinous.
Right.
It's chitinous, not chitinous.
I was gonna say, I've always said a chitinous, but if it's chitinous, that makes it even funnier.
I like it better.
No, it is chitinous, but I also am running on 4 hours of sleep.
Would like kitten.
Chitinous.
So we move on over to know who. No, before you, the cave still beckons. You happen to see it. You hear the voice of friends and family from the past calling out to you. No, inside! It's amazing! You gotta check this out!
Is that all?
That's what you hear. So there's a cave right in front of you. All of your allies are gone, but you happen to be wearing some really nice adventuring gear. Inside of the cave, you hear individuals that you haven't heard the voices of for a long time. People you thought were gone, but then again, know who goes and comes whenever he pleases. So,
Yeah, wasn't there also from the last ending of the episode, like, wasn't it more like a tightrope under a really long chasm with me being able to see those, a number of kobolds on the other side with a bunch of treasures? Can I roll for that in consistency that you made?
yes, we can use that one if you wish. I had a different plan in mind, but we'll do that one. So, yes, you got your tightrope. You've got 200 or 300 foot drop over a boiling pit of lava.
Yeah.
And on the other side, kobolds that are waving to you to come
With
over.
sharks inside.
Yes, with sharks. Lava sharks
Something out.
down below. And a huge mound of treasure. And the most enticing sandwich you've ever seen is sitting on a table on the other side as well.
Oh my god, that sandwich has to be mine. Very well. Do I realize that I'm missing the people I came here with?
Roll magical. Let's see how strong the influence of this effect is over you.
Magical.
That is a 12. So you know something is missing. You can't remember what it is yet.
This is very odd. I'm sure I was here somehow, but oh well. There's no time to lose. There's no time to think. There's a milk waiting in front of me. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's see. Typical tightrope walk, but that's so boring. I know. I'll cross it in a handstand.
As you're like getting ready to do the handstand, you see the visage of like your father on the other side. Someone again you haven't seen in a long time, for various reasons, like waving over to you. Come on, son! This isn't a MILF, it's a MIF! High food content!
But I was supposed to be looking for a MILF. I mean, I was here.
A MIF is far better than a MILF. You don't have to starve while you're doing it.
But starving is part of an adventure. It's what makes all the juicy food you find outside of a MILF all the more worthwhile.
And the other kobolds around go, he's right. And you see them all rush the sandwich and proceed to start eating it.
You haven't been in. I mean, in your case, this side is the MILF, and I'm outside the MILF. I should be going inside the MILF, and you should be coming outside the MILF.
You see them turn, and they proceed to start going onto the tightrope as well, as you're like getting ready to handstand. Give me an agile roll as you proceed to start handstanding through this tightrope with other kobolds
Agile.
coming towards you. Yes. 16, nice, Snowhoo. So you're able to keep your balance. You've got your little tail kind of acting as a counterbalance as you're upside down. As you're crawling, you're seeing stuff from your bag begin falling all over the floor in front of you, and well, falling down towards the lava below. So you get about to the halfway point, and then 3 kobolds kind of stacked on each other, like crawling across this tightrope from the other side, are now blocking your way.
This is a precarious situation. This will require me using my grapple in my I lost the name. From what? My assistance for me to swing around on the rope. For me to hang down the rope and swing while they pass through.
Give us a brains roll now.
I'm assuming that all of this is foolish, so I'm using my +2 from my luck.
Yes.
Love the fool.
Absolutely. That is a 14. With a 14, you kind of cause the whole thing to shake and shudder for a moment. The other kobolds nearby, like all go falling in various directions, grabbing a hold of tails, grabbing hold of arms, and suddenly someone is like dangling from your foot as you're hanging by your grappling hook over this lava.
Isn't this the best?
Wonderful! It's amazing! I might burn alive!
You gotta tell me what that feels like.
Oh yes, the entire time while I'm burning.
All right, I'll try to throw you over to the other side. I'll try to make my way to the mill.
Excellent, let's do it then. Give me an aware roll. Know who?
Is this for the action or for just realizing everything being
This
wrong?
is for starting to realize things are a little off.
Oh, okay. I'm not adding then my...
That is a 14.
Oh, that was almost a 1.
That was so close. With a 14, you feel like something strange. Now, you're supposed to be dangling on this tightrope above this huge heated location. And while you're getting a sensation of heat from your toes and things like that, you're getting a sensation of cold also at the same time. That seems to go all the way up your body. Like you're touching stone. Which is impossible if you're vertical unless you're leaning against a wall or something.
Yeah, this is rope. I should be like touching the air, or at the very least the hemp of the road. And wait, those aren't white sharks. Those are hammerhead sharks. What is going on here?
And as Nohu recognizes that there are hammerhead sharks in the lava, we move on over to Nova. Nova,
I'm sure this will be fine.
you were standing outside the cave, and you heard, for some reason, your mother's voice. Alice McCree from within, shouting for something.
Mama, can you hear me? Okay.
She sounds like she's in danger.
Oh, okay. I was like, I guess I actually ask if there's someone next to me if they heard that, because I am crazy. And
So
I know
you turn to say what you say.
Does anybody else hear my mother in there?
As you look around, you're inside of... You don't know where you are. The sky is different.
Oh, not again.
You can see the university in the distance.
I don't know where I am, but I can see the university in the distance.
Yeah, you're out of place. You've never been wherever this is, but the university's in the distance. If this was regularly where the university should be, you'd be underwater right now.
Huh. Hello? Anybody? I'm gonna panic a little because suddenly I'm alone in a weird place again, and it's a little triggering. Not
You
gonna
start
lie.
panicking a little bit. Nova, is that you, girl? I'm not gonna redo your accent well.
Was that Alice?
You hush.
Mom, you sound weird. Where are you?
I'm inside the cave. I could use a little help.
What cave? I see the university. There's no cave.
There's a cave. It was in front of you. The
Oh.
university's behind you.
Oh, okay. I was getting all flipped around there. I guess I'll go run in.
You start running into the cave. As you're sprinting in here, you're hearing the cracking of timber. You're hearing the burning of fire. You hear explosions happening in the distance. You smell alchemical components, and you worry for
This
a
is a
moment.
weird cave.
Your mom told you a story once about when she was really young, related to circumstances that led her into a life of adventure, danger, and scarification of herself. She warned at some point that there might be individuals that came to finish the job, as it were, especially now that she was an Archon, and wanted you to keep your eyes out at all times, keep your eyes peeled rather, and just be aware of what might happen around the university. As you're in here now, you get the sensation she came here for some sort of research, and someone laid a trap for her.
no. I'm gonna run in there and
Alright.
try to save my mama.
You start sprinting rapidly into the cave, and as you're running through it, you start noticing there's a bunch of debris all over the floor. Give me an agile roll.
I'm
6.
tripping.
You trip over the debris, fall and tumble onto the ground. Some of it scrapes up against you. Roll aware.
I don't want to.
That is a 5. All right. For the briefest of seconds, you see something. Nohu, what's one item in your bag that might have fallen out a second ago?
Well, let's see. I have some ammo, some food and rations, my auto pen, inkwell coin, magnifying glass, my map, some
So-
scrap.
So one thing that might be, man, I guess it'd just be common at this point because she only got a 5. So just pick one of those items, and that's what she found.
Magnifying glass.
All right, so there's a magnifying glass on the ground, and as you stare at it for a second, it's not your mom's. It's not. It seems out of place here, and then suddenly it turns into a rock.
I'm gonna put it in my backpack.
You put a rock in your backpack.
I put a weird rock that used to be a magnifying glass, then turned into a rock again back into my backpack. Yes, I do.
Of course. And you proceed forward a little bit further. There is an old, like a ramshackle wooden barricade set up inside of this place. Part of the tunnel seems to have fallen against it. You can see fire around the outside of it. You can hear your mother's voice on the other side. I'm just over here.
You sound so weird.
I'm not.
I was talking to my mother. I'm in character. I got.
Right. You're making fun of my ability to do accents right now.
No, just the impression of my character.
That's true.
Can I, while I'm freaking out, I want to try to see if I can send Cosmo in there Cosmo, because I'm scared to see if he can go in there and check and see if my mom is in there.
You reach out to Cosmo, relying upon your imaginary friends. For some reason, they don't seem to exist in the way that they should. Do you try hard? If so, you'll need to make a magical roll.
I try very hard because now I'm really freaking out that I'm in a weird place and now my buddies aren't even around.
All right.
I'm going to start having that'd be a funny 20.
That is a funny 20. So at first you say Cosmo, right?
Yes.
You see Cosmo kind of shrug in, and you see angry red eyes, very vicious looking. He becomes almost physical, and as he does so, the walls around him start to turn into a different color stone, and you swear that you can see like mushrooms and things growing off the edges of it. As he rips forward and smashes into the barricade, it shatters, and then a split second later, roll magical once more. 20.
Same.
You can see Cosmo just growling, and beside you, what's your other one's name again? Stella. It's been a while, okay, since anyway, so Stella suddenly shows up at your side and grabs a hold of your hand, and you see the wall just disappear, and you see a bunch of insects surrounding you, and they kind of turn their heads towards you, and then they proceed to start moving at you rapidly.
Emu tap. Emu tap. You know when he's
Yes.
returning to hug.
So we're gonna now move on, scene-wise, over to
Yay.
Clay. Clay.
Don't take your turn, it's a trap.
You hear them screaming. Your family. You're outside of your house. It's surrounded by soldiers. You see gunshots going off. You see them calling on individuals who are defying the Empire. And the front door has one soldier with his back to you, kind of slamming on it over and over again and starting to fracture the actual wooden door.
What that's not... Kiara, where are you?
We're in here. You hear a voice like shout from an upstairs window.
That's not Kiara, though. That's
not Kiara, no.
yeah. I think first thing he would do is look for where Kiara went, because
Roll aware.
this doesn't make sense. Huh.
5. With a 5, as you're standing around looking for Kiara, you see off to the side a peacekeeper stocks vehicle, basically an auto carriage designed to take away prisoners. You see Kiara's like limp form being dragged into the back with her hands cuffed as they like slam the door.
Yeah, okay, so Clay's pretty sure the stuff with the house is fake or weird, but that seems very real and scary and is a very real feeler of his, so he's going to rush
It tracks.
Kiara being put into a like stockade.
So
Or, like, a
Clay
paddy
turns
wagon.
and begins chasing after this wagon. You see their Empire soldiers on the side of it kind of turn and like shouting things at you that you can't quite understand in the volume, the level of. There's minor explosions going off. There's cracks and peals of thunder in the sky. You can hear a combat situation occurring all around you. It seems like some sort of major attack is occurring on the city that you're in. And as they turn and they begin peeling off with the vehicle, give me an agile roll to see if you can run up and grab onto it.
Yeah, my best stat, of course.
That is a 10. You rush forward, you leap at it, trying to grab it. You start doing that step hop thing until you're able to grab a hold of the back. One of the Empire soldiers kind of leans out the back section of the carriage and tries to punch you off of it.
Okay. I think I would like to. Is this? I'm trying to. These are new abilities for me. Okay, never mind. I have to make a defense roll, so I should make a defense roll then. I'm
Go
guessing.
for it.
Okay, cool. Huh.
Nat 20. So, tell me how badass you are in this, Clay, because you got a critical success while the enemy got a critical failure at the same
cool.
time. So,
okay, so I'm basically like sketching on a paddy wagon right now is what I'm hearing. So what I would like to do is as the peacekeeper comes to like swing, like are they, I imagine like they like swing like a sword or something
they're
at me,
just
like a
punching.
truncheon.
Yeah, like truncheon.
Okay, as they move to punch me, I want to grab their arm, pull them off, and use that momentum to like grab up to where they were punching me from, and basically switch places. But you know, they're on their back, falling off the back of the paddy wagon instead of skitching.
They smash onto the cobblestones down below as you find yourself jostling inside the vehicle.
And then I will immediately go to try and take over the wheel of this vehicle.
You rush towards the front where there are some other individuals. They've got, this carriage happens to have a barred section on the front end, kind of like a police wagon would, a paddy wagon would. And the officers on the other side of that are driving the vehicle. So you'd have to get through that. Kiara is laying in the back, unconscious, huge, like, bleeding wound on the top of her head, her arms up above her head, like, tied up.
I will yell at the officers, all right, you got one chance to stop the car or I'll stop it for you.
Stop it for us. What are you gonna do back there?
You don't want to know, otherwise the car's gonna stop, so stop it.
You see the guy just kind of turn over and just close the little window.
I'm gonna blow out the back tires with my gun.
You like lean out.
Yeah, just lean down and just blow out the back
Give me
tires of the vehicle.
Give me a agile roll. You're kind of leaning out. Actually, give me
Okay.
a strong roll. They're not. The tires aren't
good.
moving anywhere, but you need to be able to hold yourself in that position to fire.
Sure.
That is a 7. Clay, two choices.
will-
You're either unable to quite get an angle on it, or you're gonna make the shot but fall out.
I
Ace?
choose use an ace.
Okay. There you go. 11,
11.
slightly better. So it takes you a moment, kind of lean out at an odd angle, bring the gun down and around, fire. The tire just kind of explodes, and then we are going to come back to you in just a moment.
Great.
So, Sanat, we're over there with Patchy now. Patchy, in front of you lies your colleagues, other workers, individuals from your previous life.
Which one?
Which both of them? I don't know. Whoever was left after the first life.
You mean like Solus or Silverback?
Silverback.
Ah,
On the
which colleague?
Do you want me to give that stuff away already?
Ah, fine.
Some
You
Skixit.
can say a name.
Some Skixit are out
No, you
there.
should give away that information right now.
You can give a name.
One of them happens to have, you know, some eyes with things going on with them.
Ah, that one. Cool.
The other has a mouth, and a couple have ears.
I
Yeah.
like the one with the eyes. Yeah.
He
cool.
likes the one with the eyes. And if you just kind of faceless Skixin nearby, but you have strapped to a table across the way a dwarf, obviously an Empire sympathizer, covered in like combat tattoos, like just shrugging and pulling on these things, and you have your whiteboard in front of you with the equation on it. You believe that it's probably correct, maybe perfect. All you need to do is get the necessary materials out of the bins nearby and do the test.
But like, why is that colleague here though? We were in the MILF cave. Why is this whiteboard here though? We were in the MILF cave.
Roll magical for me. Let's see if
Cool.
you have a strong resistance to what's going on.
I don't necessarily want resistance. I just want the awareness that it's not like that. This is fake.
Okay.
I don't want it to go away. I want the awareness that it's fake.
Okay.
I want to keep tripping. I just want to know that I am
Exactly.
tripping.
Because if it's true, then I mean, well, which one? Magical still?
Roll magical.
Ah,
That
shit.
is a 5. You are deeply entranced with a 5, sir.
Okay. Where's the stuff? Where's the stuff? I'll start gathering materials.
So
Stay here.
the
chicken.
one with the eyes like looks over to you and goes, "Just this way. We just need to come down to the storeroom, pick them up."
What? What's this? What's that way? Who? What?
Well, we need your supplies, of course. They're just in the storeroom down here. Just follow me.
Oh, okay. I cracked it. I think I cracked it. My life's work finally finished. We can go back to our glory days.
We can finally attain what we've been trying to do this entire time.
Yes. Where do we start? How do we start playing it? Oh, yeah. My materials. Yes. Follow.
Okay, so you like walk through a hallway for a little while. And as you're walking down it, give me a brains roll.
Ah,
21.
there we go.
You're just living for this theorem. You're living for this equation that's supposed to help provide you the serum that will create what you need, that will change the physical aspect, the form of your brothers and sisters of mousely and rodently kind. And you start to think about that over and over again. You glimpsed it on the whiteboard and you start reading it in your head again. You've written those things so many times before, each section so many times. You've always been missing one key detail. Why can't you remember what that change is? You know the entire board by heart, but the one part that was up there before that completes your equation, you can't remember what it said just a second ago. Why is that?
But it was written there, right?
It was written there, but you can't remember what it said. You'd think that was important enough that you'd...
Okay, excuse me one moment. I need to go back and look at something again. I'll be back.
We have limited time here. We must continue.
We spent our entire years trying to work on this. You can just wait a couple of seconds.
No, I cannot. He points out to the left of you, and suddenly you can see out a window. You see the Empire forces approaching, large airships in the wind, and marching soldiers coming in this direction. We have a final shot to get this right. They're going to destroy this work. We can't carry it with us. You need to make sure you create the serum.
Well, I need to write it down. I keep forgetting. Damn it! I keep forgetting. I need to go right now. Look, I incredibly respect you. You are my best buddy. I just...
We have little time, Patchy.
By the time you've been arguing with me, I would have gone and get the down. God damn it!
All right, so at this point, why don't you give me another magical roll?
Ace.
Going with an ace. All right.
Stay here, chicken. Okay.
That is a
Eh?
12, a little bit better. With a 12, as you're staring there, this individual that's speaking in the way that they are does not really remind you of Red Eyes.
Wait a minute. I'm in a MILF. You would never get caught dead in a MILF. At least, like, here, you're usually always in a fancy, little area. You always say...
Silverback, clear your mind. You've been confused for far too long. We have objectives to achieve. If you must read your whiteboard, then read that, but then we must go.
Okay, wait, what? I was with a mini dragon and a couple of elves. What am I doing here now? You Empire.
You see the individual's face in front of you change from the stoic looking, difficult to determine age of the Skixen before you, one of your friends, somebody you've known since the ends of the war. You see his eyes begin to bulge widely, becoming multifaceted, becoming green. You see his skin become a mottled yellow and green and brown color. You see his mouth grow incredibly large with a huge smile of sharp teeth. And suddenly something bites at you. Give me a defense roll, my friend.
Can I also try to figure out that what just happened, that I'm trying to be hypnotized?
Yes, you can roll brains. All right, Patchy, you get a 14. Jeez. You're able to get away, but your brains are muddled with that roll.
Damn it. Okay.
You jump backwards, and this thing in front of you just kind of buzzes at you and then turns back into your friend.
I think a bug bit me.
You seem to be sweating profusely. Are you okay, my friend? You see him patting your forehead.
That does. Your hand feels weird. It feels pointy. I'm just gonna go and take the notes, and then when the Empire comes, we kill him. Yeah. Okay.
All right, couple of steps. Just a little look quickly. We cannot kill the Empire. We don't have the opportunity to. We don't know how many there are. We don't certainly.
This is weird. I'm not. Fuck. Okay. No, with that attitude, of course we can't kill the Empire. You just do your thing. I'm gonna just go. Okay.
And Patchy turns to head back. Suddenly, there is an incredibly loud bang as a gun goes off next to your face. Clay, if you will roll agile at this moment as you're firing at the tire to see if you hit Patchy in the leg.
Of course.
What?
Wee.
Boom.
15.
Patchy, for a split second, an arm comes out of nowhere with a gun in front of you, and as it goes off, give me a defense roll to try to get out of the way as you are shot at.
We work together really well, team.
No!
That is a critical failure.
I just wait. It would be very wise for me to stay, not get shot.
It's a wise decision.
Wise to be not
one.
get shot.
Yeah.
I think
I'd
I
like
saw
to see
that
Ty. I'd love to see Ty refute that.
That is
Also,
I
like,
think
I've
I
been
saw
told
that
that
in
the
a fortune
Empire's
cookie
coming.
once.
Yeah.
I've been told that the Empire's coming. It's a war zone. I'm usually wise enough to not
So
get.
I think you had the argument off of it's wise to not get shot, really.
Fine. Yes, it is wise not to be shot, but we can't use that as a particular argument for wisdom in the future. That is common sense, not wisdom. Anyway,
you made the virtue. You made the virtue.
That's what I
It
said.
works.
Common sense versus wisdom. All right. Self-preservation doesn't count with a virtue unless you're
Well, it's wise to be careful during an Empire attack.
we
So
go.
I'll let you go ahead and do a reroll, and that is use your virtue for the episode.
Oh.
That is a 2. Not really much better.
Critical
So,
Not a
fail?
critical failure. yeah.
Rob, if you'll roll for damage to Patchy's
Sure.
left leg.
Please don't
Yeah.
blow my leg. Oh,
Wee. Oh, it didn't roll. Hold up. Wee.
Bang! 9 points of damage.
Jesus.
to
Oh.
his left leg.
Clay, what the hell, dude?
I got a good gun, okay?
So the most you can take is 6 out of there. So you take 2 points of damage to your core, putting you at 4. And you gain 1 wound, my friend.
what does that mean now? Do I like still have my leg?
You do, but it is seriously injured, so walking on it, things like that is painful.
You fucked
Left
up,
leg
Patch.
is
Don't
at
worry,
At
zero
least he
health.
shot you in the leg.
At least I know my
At least he shot you in the leg this
Don't I
time
have
instead of
armor
stabbing
on
you
my
in the
leg
back.
though?
You had
So-
4. Yeah, so it
Too soon,
took
too
the hit
soon.
and destroyed your armor in the leg. You just punctured
Okay.
straight through it. So you just
do I still get a wound?
you still have a wound, yes.
Nobu can just electrocute it. It's fine.
Yeah,
It'll
it's
be
fine.
True.
So as you
Nobody
get
will have
shot,
wounds for long with Nohu's electrocution.
as you were
Exactly.
shot in the leg, Patchy, give me another aware roll real quick.
This seems fine. This is fine.
Chat brought up a good point. You have 2 legs for a reason.
Ooh, nice,
Mm.
nat 20. So
Thanks,
two
chat.
choices. Would you like to be able to determine exactly what's going on in this area, or be resistant to mind control effects for the rest of the game, giving you another +1 to all resistance rolls
game?
against
The game?
mind control?
When you say the game, do you mean the campaign
The entire
or
campaign,
today?
the entire season.
Wow.
Yes, I don't need no mind control.
All right. So on the notes part of your sheet, add +1 to all resistance rolls versus mind control, and you will have that permanently.
I don't like how this is going to be a recurring theme. The whole mind control thing.
yeah.
Hold on a second. Let's pep this up.
You know, as
You
you,
know.
do.
Lots of bugs.
So, what do I see now?
So now we're just gonna share a map here.
Well, good.
Hmm.
So far, just us, just friendly characters. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everything there
Oh,
should be
so
dark
spread
for
out.
you at the moment, but it won't be in just a second. So, of course, I have to enter mask mode and open some things up. Why not? I'll just do that.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
I'm gonna just be over here ballroom dancing with a rock. Probably is what's probably happening over, and it's fine.
That's what you see.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
currently, Clay is laying there, like, grabbing onto the side of some stone and kind of leaning out off of it to the edge, like, pointing his gun at your leg, and you see his eyes are wide, his pupils are blown. You can see next to him a bogling. These things are like giant black flies, basically, with huge teeth that usually ambush people, kind of floating in the air next to you. Seems to be in the position that your friend was in, Patchy. And you see another one inside the room. You can hear the sounds of these things buzzing and scraping nearby, and you recognize you were here to chase down a Caaslav. Now, you've never dealt with one directly, but you have heard stories that they cause you to hallucinate, and very powerful ones you don't get stories from because people don't come back from those.
Nice.
Ow! Shit! Fuck! Ah! I'm gonna hit Clay in the head just to hope
Clay?
that he wakes up.
Yeah.
Clay, give me a magical roll real quick.
Yeah, totally. This is gonna go great. Dwarves are amazing at magical.
That is a
2.
a
Mhm.
2. All right, with a 2,
Mhm.
inside of where you're at, the tire explodes as you shoot it, and you see bits and pieces of rubber just. One of them flings up and hits you in the head. Go ahead and roll your attack there, Patchy, to see how violently you hit Clay.
You
We're
know
gonna
what?
TPK
Can,
ourselves.
can I instead
Yeah.
throw a piece of candy that removes one distraction? Would it like candy like get
It
him out of mind
doesn't
control?
Get rid of mind control. But if you want to evoke some chaos, you
Yeah,
could
chaos.
potentially do that.
How are you gonna get it in his
Chaos
mouth? He's not gonna eat
candy.
a tire.
Yeah,
you,
but he
don't,
talks-
you don't know.
You gotta launch
He
it down his
talks
throat.
about that it's
Or
fine,
into
he
his
just toss
nose.
it in there.
Like, just right in his nose. And then he swallows.
literally give him 10 seconds to start monologuing about something. At that point, just throw it in his freaking mouth.
No, I mean, I was assuming the candy could be something more of like a liquidy thing to me, since I work with elixirs and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
don't have
splash
to
that
have
in
it.
his face.
You don't have to crystallize it. So it's called have a piece of candy because that's the
Yeah,
most common
I know.
way.
Is it
I'm
like a
splashing it
juicy
on his
drop
face.
top?
All right, so you
Oh.
take some.
So you're going with the Alice McCree school of tinctures.
Yes, she made tinctures and alcoholic beverages. So yes, you make
I
your
like the sound of
liquid.
that. Also powder, I assume. It's...
You fling that towards him. In order to remove this mind controlled, with one application of chaos, he'll get an additional roll to try to come out of it. With 2 applications of chaos, you can remove it from him entirely, but that's dangerous.
You could turn him into butterflies.
I just don't like the sound of 100 different chaos options. So with 2, there's 2 different chaos rolls. Is that how
Yes,
it goes?
one would be a 5 or lower gains chaos. The other one would be 10 or lower gains chaos. The first one is the weaker one, and he'll have a better chance of getting out of the effect of the Caaslav mind control. Or you could completely remove it, but that would give you a greater chance of chaos.
Okay. What? I'll throw something stronger at his face. I'm angry. My fucking
Stronger at his face. Give me a magical roll. Get higher than a 10 in order to be successful. That is an 11.
Wait,
So-
why is it a -1?
Because your magical is -1.
I know it's 0.
You know, you have distraction. You happen to have gotten wounded.
With your wound.
Your
that.
leg.
Yeah,
So,
your leg. Yeah.
With a 10, this chemical compound will take a round to start working. So you splash him in the face. Suddenly the tire explodes, and a bunch of tire water also comes out and just all over
Yeah.
your face, Clay. And we'll come back to you in just a second.
Great.
Tires are filled with
Totally.
water.
Classic tire water.
Tire water.
When your tires are low, it actually just means they're low on water.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
of course.
Yeah.
Kiara, we move
Yeah.
back to you.
Yeah.
You are dancing with Aurora, and she's laughing, and you happen to have some sort of simple
Sleeping in
chat
this
going
dream.
on. And as you're kind of swept back and forth, you're getting this heady sensation. Give me magical roll again to see if you are starting to come out of this at all.
What if I don't want to? What if I'm happier here?
That is the 13. With the 13, as you're dancing and spinning, and you and Aurora are laughing together, and everything seems great, at the edges of your
Seen the
vision,
Titanic scene where they're like spinning around in circles laughing.
at the edge of your vision, every time you kind of spin and do these things, it's like out of the corner of your eyes, the other individuals that are dancing around you or standing and talking, things like that, begin mutating. You can see their faces kind of warping a little bit, some of them growing mandibles, and some of them kind of like moving in a way that would indicate that they should be on all fours or more, not standing upright, which when you look back, suddenly they're upright. It's like they bend into position. And you're starting to feel a little nauseous. Roll tough. Critical failure. Kiara, two options. Do you want something that's going to impact you greater, or your entire party?
Or, hear me out. I've endured a lot of shit, including probably many bouts of nausea, and I feel like I could probably stick through this.
You think there's an ace given to you, but not too shabby.
Hey.
Epi's the best! Watch, I'm gonna puke. I'm gonna puke
Alright.
all over.
You can
Drink.
reroll. That is a
Oh
critical
my
failure
God.
number 2.
So can I go back to the endurance,
endurance
thing
part.
where now, you know,
Yeah.
Well, currently you are under a debuff, and when you're under a debuff, the endurance acts automatically. It's something you can use anytime.
Hell yeah.
So go
Do
ahead
it
and
again.
give me one roll. This is your.
I
This is your.
swear to God.
That is a
better.
12. With a 12, you get this sick sensation in the pit of your stomach, and there's another ace given to you by McSherry.
Hey,
Hey.
All right, you can keep that ace.
Oh.
It's because
Unless you want to reroll. If you want to reroll and try to get better than 12, you can use that one. There's the reroll, and you got a 19!
Yes. Thanks, McSherry.
Kiara, the sickening sensation that you're getting as you're standing on the floor, this individual spinning you around, your eyes begin to clear somewhat as you recognize that for some reason, Aurora is vomiting something into your mouth. And as you like start to think about that for a second, you can see Aurora's face starting to morph and change into a gigantic insectoid looking face, which has this thick liquid that they're trying to give to you. And as you like draw some of it in, you immediately feel like retching.
Yeah. I feel like retching right now.
You can give me another magical roll to resist the effects of the Caaslav.
Honestly, it's just a character choice that Anna herself feels nauseous about this too. 15.
As a 15. At this point, you kind of shove back from Aurora for a second, and her body just kind of changes back to normal. She looks over at you. What? What's wrong? Why? And you just like move away from her into the crowd a little.
Oh. No.
That is gaslighting. Something
care.
happened.
I don't care how in love I am with her. No. I'm not
You see
taking
the other
anyone's
guests
puke.
around you begin like moving and staring at you as like all of the music stops and everybody in the room kind of turns and faces you.
Do they all look normal, or do they still look kind of like bugs? Like
They're all
what's
just
happening?
kind of staring at you at the moment. And they start moving closer as you become surrounded by these individuals.
Oh, we don't do good with the surrounding thing. I'm a dip, duck, dive.
Dodging.
You start
Yeah,
duck,
dodge.
dodging and diving away. Give us an agile roll as you try to escape.
Slippery being.
20.
Yeah,
And
I'm slippery.
you immediately begin just like rushing back down and flinging yourself away from them, heading towards the exit. You rush out the door slightly, in time to see Nohu hanging from the ceiling upside down. Ceiling of, you see the sky. He's just hanging from the sky.
Of course, yeah.
To be
Nohu,
fair, does not surprise me at all.
back over to you. You're grappling. You're upside down. There's hammerhead sharks inside of the lava down below you. Someone's got
Am
a
I a
sandwich
shark?
crumbs. There's sandwich crumbs like falling down like from one of the other kobolds above, and they keep peppering you on the head, and they smell like delicious pastrami.
I feel like at this time Nohu would be like trying to think while swinging like a pendulum just above the lake of lava and be like, something is odd around here. But as he tries to catch some of the crumbs.
All right, give me an agile roll to catch crumbs with your tongue. You catch a couple of the crumbs instantly, and you recognize that is dirt. That is not bread.
This is the worst bread sandwich ever. What did you guys make this with?
We didn't make it. We didn't. You see one of the kobolds up above, trying to hold on for dear life, and you see them all topple together and begin falling towards the lava, attached via hands and arms and tails. They grab a hold of yours as they begin falling. Give me a strong roll to avoid falling to your lava death.
Oh, strong, of course.
That is a 7. You begin falling, Nohu, and with that gut-wrenching sensation of airborneness for a moment, suddenly the room changes, and you're inside of the bottom of a well.
Wow. I didn't know lava turned into a well. Wait, that's so silly. I probably swam underneath the lava, but I thought the lava was hot. I mean, if I touch, is it like just rock?
You touch the rock, and suddenly the rock's face starts like yelling your name as Nohu begins like patting your face, Kiara, over and over again, talking about rocks. I mean, you know.
I'm just gonna grab his hand and just...
Something in the well grabs you suddenly, Nohu.
Oh no.
Madman! Oh my goodness! I'll try to scratch it.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
This seems
Just an
With my
agile.
video.
With your-
surprisingly logical response.
10. Give us a defense roll, if you will, Kiara. There you go,
No.
19. You're able to jump aside, but he just swings this thing at you.
Come at me, madman! I'll have you for those sharks. discount sharks I dislike.
Come at me, Mudman. I'll have you for the sharks. The discount sharks I don't like. I love that quote.
T-shirts.
Amazing.
Kiara, know who's gone nuts.
Can I shoot my gun by the side of his head to cause tinnitus and see if that snaps him out of it?
You can attempt, yeah. So you put it over there and just boom! Gunshot goes off. Pow. Give me an aware roll, Nohu, to see how much this impacts you.
God damn it!
6.
No.
He's just not aware of the gunshot.
The cave.
No,
There's
The sharks are shooting at him.
no, a peal of thunder just rattles through the well, and you can see lightning just flash down and crash into some of the stones nearby that splinter and begin falling onto your head.
Of course, I have to strike like an heroic pose. It's just predetermined. I mean, this is the place for a battle. It will be glorious, and I'll probably remember it for I don't know, like a week or so. I mean, you're just a madman. It's not like you're not that interesting to fight.
So I don't know how much I know about this, but would I know if antitoxin would work on Nohu?
You have no
bring him
idea?
back?
You mean you could try?
I only have one use of antitoxin. I feel like there's probably going to be a better chance. Right? It's fine. We'll just let him continue to. We'll
All right.
let him continue to bounce off the rocks. It's fine.
Nohu poses valiantly. As we move over to Nova. Nova, you are
Me
rushing.
with my ear off. Okay. All right. What?
You were rushing through trying to save your mother. You summoned your imaginary friends who proceeded to let you know this shit's not right. And as the wall kind of evaporates away and you see a bunch of rather large insects on the other side of the room kind of crawling towards you, you turn, you hear gunshot go off behind you. Very shortly, you hear a gunshot go off in front of you deep down a tunnel. It is almost pitch black where you're at, however. With your eyesight being an elf, you can still see, but you know other people might be having a problem. And you can see, you hear Patchy scream out in pain from behind you as he's shot in the leg.
How'd that happen?
We will now reveal
so
what you can see on the map real
Bugs
quick.
with guns.
Bugs and guns.
It's like the
Bad
meme where it's like
combination.
no fear, and then it's like bugs with guns,
Bugs and guns.
one fear.
One fear.
Right.
One fear.
Oh no. Okay.
All right, we've got some revealed locations now. At this point, starting with Nova, you'll get to go first. We're gonna roll initiative for everybody and see how we all react.
Was that Pierre?
Yeah,
Did I hear?
he's being loud one.
Patchy gets an 11.
Easy.
Clay gets a 7. Nova gets an 11.
11.
Oh, yes, okay.
Kiara, what'd you get?
She seems like she's dealing with a thing.
She's dealing
Yeah.
with a thing.
Rob, can you grab the Tylenol and just place it outside the room?
Yep.
My mother needs Tylenol. Thank you.
Cool.
All right. So I think the only one we're missing.
What's
at
your
this point-
initiative roll?
Yeah, Kiara's initiative.
Well done.
That is a
That's
13.
just 13.
So before we begin, I do want to point out what happened to Kaizen. So we see a small image of him standing outside as everybody starts moving towards this cave. Things get a little bit weird. And in front of him, we see a crack in space and time appear, and he walks through it and disappears. So he will show up next session in a different place than everybody else.
So he disappeared into the MILF's crack.
He disappeared into the Milf's crack. That's where he's
Okay.
at. But
Okay,
he will
just
be
check.
back next week, and he won't be in the same spot anymore. Anyway, Nova, in front of you, you see a rather large, something that looks like an Avalonian ant, only kind of spiky and like 4 feet tall.
Nope.
And you
I'm
hear
gonna-
you hear the sound of Patchy behind you down the hallway.
I'm gonna go to Patchy behind me down the hallway and nope away from the bug.
You turn and kind
I'm
of
also gonna pull my gun,
rush over there.
which I
point your
have,
gun.
and I'm really good at using.
All right. Really good at using it. So you move over there.
Mhm.
And since you got the first action, that would be one action. You come around the corner and you see these two like flying critters. Give me a brains roll to see if you recognize boglings. Yeah.
15.
Boglings are a semi-scavenger insect that usually ambushes passersby around their bodies of water, things like that. They happen to have very sharp teeth, a huge mouth, and a ravenous appetite, and are likely to take off a large chunk of you before flying away. All of them, however, seem to be acting erratically, like not normal. They don't usually just hang around. They're usually by themselves, solitary, somewhere in the wild. Something is controlling them in here, and you think that whatever just did whatever the hell that was to you is doing it to these creatures.
Do I have any, like, have I ever read a book about the, like, Miocenis, the mind controlling bugs?
We'll give you a brains roll because you did live at the university. Your mother was Alice. You're an elf. You had plenty of time. 19, yes. So
I did read that book.
you now think about it. So you do have some knowledge about it, but I'll have to have you ask me questions to answer what those are because you're in the heat of the moment situation. So what do you want to know?
Why are the boglings not acting right? What could they be mind controlled by?
So
My goodness.
you do have a Caaslav you're hunting. It's obviously got to be nearby. Sometimes Caaslav will take creatures in as guardians to protect its lair.
Is there a way to get a Caaslav's attention specifically?
Usually that
Say bad
involves
things about its mama?
it usually involves, attacking it or killing it or scaring it off. You need to find it first.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Like, is there anything to that can bring it out? Like, does it like
It
pork
likes
chop?
it likes helpless, tasty creatures.
Oh no! I am helpless but so tasty.
Give me a charming roll, and we'll see if you can convince this Caaslav you're both tasty and helpless.
Okay.
Nope, not gonna happen yet.
I'm gonna ace it. This is too good. Sorry.
It's important.
Nope, not gonna happen
Damn it.
yet.
I have 2 plus
in distress.
I have 2 plus 1s.
You gotta roll higher than a 22.
JC, crazy
Okay.
poopy.
Quick, Nola, cover
We're not
yourself in
moving, right?
Japanese snacks.
So I don't want Japanese snacks anymore. I'm so full. The courage. This is fracking courageous. I would like to pull it out of here to get my friends off the menu.
She's trying to get it next to the mind controlling spider.
Exactly. I am pretending to be a helpless damsel because I am a courageous badass lady.
I will give you a courageous, sure, but you do need to beat a 22.
I know. I heard you the first time.
Okay.
We're gonna try. Son of a
That's
bitch.
13
It's
same
like
roll.
literally
That's
3 times in a row.
Three
the
times in a
same
row.
thing. That's not statistically likely. Fine.
True.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's coming to your bait. So we will now move on to
Did that get any of my friends' attention?
we'll give them a roll on their turn to see. Patchy is currently kind of present, so that will likely work for him.
Ah, my leg! Ah! Wake up, you asshole!
All right. It is now top of initiative. The creature that is like buzzing around next to Clay kind of starts moving over towards Patchy, who is awake and being combative. Clay, for you, you see a motorcycle suddenly just pull up beside you and immediately turn as the tires kind of bouncing and exploding. And you see the soldier, the Empire soldier on the motorcycle lean over and grab another tire off the back of his motorcycle and try to put it back in place.
Of course.
The bogling rushes forward and immediately just tries to bite Patchy's face off.
Wait. As a defense, now that I know what's going on, can I, oh no, Empire soldier bit me!
You don't know what he's
shot
seeing.
me!
Yeah.
2 eyes! I'm gonna go get the thing! I am still hypnotized!
You're gonna pretend to be hypnotized.
I tried that. It didn't work.
Give me a charming roll.
It couldn't fail twice,
I-
right?
I mean, that's
So
logic.
No
14.
way.
Patchy, I
May
will.
I
I
please
will let you,
tell my
if you
family
wish,
I love them.
if
What?
you wish to allow yourself to move back towards being hypnotized, being under sway, letting your guard down, then I'll say that a 14 works for keeping it from attacking you at this point. But you will have to fight your way back out of being mind controlled again.
He does have a +1 to do that now, so like.
Yeah.
You know what? If this will give me time, sure.
All right. So suddenly, as you're standing there and you've rushed over towards Patchy, Nova, you turn and look at him, and you see his pupils just fill his whole eyes. And
shit. That's not what I meant. Oh no. Well, I'm still aware. I know it's not real though, right?
that's you're moving back in towards hypnosis.
But no, like more like visually, it's like
You can't go halfway into hypnosis.
Damn
You're
it.
either putting yourself back in or you ain't.
Okay.
That was the choice.
Yeah.
Wait. As I notice this, as I realize I'm going to hypnosis, I'm going to quickly take out a pen and write on my arm. Write the formula on the whiteboard. Write it down.
Are you mementoing
You
yourself?
momentous.
Yes, I am.
I appreciate it because it's my favorite movie, so thank you.
I mean, of course, it's a great movie. But I mean, I'm assuming that if they're hypnotizing me, they're doing it with the real stuff, right? So there's a good chance that the formula on the whiteboard is real.
It's a good
Or it's
chance.
like-
It's coming from your own subconscious. So
Yeah,
if
so
you
maybe I
already
know it. I
have
just
it,
haven't figured it out yet. Maybe this will help me figure it out. You know what? Yeah.
Are you, like,
only
doing the-
uses 20% of their mind.
He's also like doing a Freud where you're doing a butt ton of coke to make yourself like more in tune with things.
Yeah. I'm also gonna do a shit ton of painkillers to remove this distraction later.
This is like
I'm on
19th
it.
century medicine right now, for
Yeah.
sure. Like,
All right. So you allow yourself
Shoot that
to.
bug.
What's that?
Never mind. Go ahead. I interrupted with out of turn. Go.
All right.
Normie.
So you allow yourself to sink back in, but not before very quickly scribbling. Write down what's on the whiteboard on your arm. And as you do so, okay. You were very, very close to Clay. Clay, give me a magical
Yeah.
roll real quick.
I would love to.
That
Two
is a
again.
2.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
We're staying mind controlled forever, everyone.
So the
I'm not magical.
the Empire soldier zips over. You're leaning out from the back of this wagon, and suddenly just and the tire comes back on. Begins driving again like normal.
All the infamous tire brigade.
Please don't shoot.
You filed your plans for the last time.
So Nova, you see this bogling rush over, and its mouth open wide, and right at that moment, Patchy just kind of scribbles and looks up and just goes, and you see that the bug just stops and like turns away from him.
I think you're great, Red Eyes. You're awesome.
We must hurry, Patchy. Silverback. Patchy.
Oh.
Silverback Patchy.
Silverback, yeah, that's my name. Oh no! I got shot by the Empire! Ah! Help me! Bring me to the whiteboard!
To the whiteboard. Yes, to the whiteboard. Yes. Give me an aware roll real quick, Patchy.
Actually, you know what? I can just go there. I can just go there. You fight the Empire soldier that shot me.
Can I shoot the bug?
You can on your turn. All right,
Oh.
Patchy gets an 18.
Just
You
approve
hear
of
a
it.
meow somewhere in the distance, far away, in the echoing of a cavern. So another bug comes rushing forward. This one, it bites at you, Nova, because you're out of control now.
Shoot that bug.
You'll have to wait until your turn to make
Let
the
me
attack.
shoot a fucking bug.
You used all your actions. All you have is a reflexive, unless you
I
have.
went forward one.
You
Please.
moved forward, and then you started dancing around trying to pretend you were squishy, delightful, and helpless.
did not dance around. You had that in your
Squishy
head.
Delightful is Nova's stripper name.
Squishy delight.
That's right. I'm
So,
squishy delightful.
this
I'm gonna write that
bogling
down for drag name.
rushes forward to bite you. What do you do to defend yourself?
Squishy. Ooh, that sounded bad. I'm gonna. Did you say Nova?
Yes,
I just
Nova,
distracted myself.
the boggle's biting
Okay.
you.
I'm gonna shoot it.
You can't shoot
Can
as a
I
defense.
Defensively
You can't
shoot it. Okay.
defensively shoot.
I'm gonna get this out of my head. I'm sorry. I'm stuck. I'm tired. I'm gonna dodge. No,
Alright.
I'm gonna defend with my Cosmo.
All right, so Cosmo will jump in the way of the attack. You can still roll a defense to see if you avoid it entirely. Cosmo's ability gives you damage resistance.
Right.
So if you do get hit, it'll take away some of the damage.
use it.
So give me a defense roll first. Your opponent got a 21 to hit you.
Will you please stop rolling so effing high against me? Thank you.
Sorry.
Defend. I have not much of that.
You got a nat 20. Would you like to create an advantage for those around you, or would you like to?
I can shoot the bug.
Would you like to be able to shoot the bug? You can shoot the bug with this roll, or you can create an advantage for allies.
Shannon,
nearby.
you can shoot the bug.
Shoot the bug.
I'm gonna give advantages to my allies.
Okay, you're gonna take
Wow,
take
lame.
the L. You're not gonna shoot the bug. All right.
I'm
So
gonna think about it and then no. I can't even shoot that gun. I'll probably miss.
so the enemy rushes at you very rapidly, and you very quickly like fling this thing aside. It bounces off of both of your allies before thumping to the ground, and we'll describe what happens with that when it is their turn to see what it was that happened.
You get jostled by a bug.
Let's see here. So next
Right,
up
bug.
on the list, we hear scraping, we hear clattering, we hear clicking, we hear all kinds of creepy crawly noises in the distance, and we move on to Nohu. Nohu, inside of this well, lightning flashing around you, you can see a tunnel crumble through the wall in front of you. There's a face staring at you nearby. The mudman or whatever it is still there glaring at you, and like its mouth is moving, but you can't hear what it says, and it's pointing a gun at you, but there's a tunnel right past it.
Well, normally, what the hell? I'm Nohu. I don't shrink from a fight. I have to be an
Damn it, Nobu.
adventurer.
I'm gonna have to kill
no.
you.
So I will use the elemental output from my PDO to using the crackling thunder all around me to make my normally grappling hook the same effect of the electrocution with a charge bolt.
You gonna tase me?
You see lightning zip down through the well and like attach to his tail for a second before he starts launching lightning bolts at you. So his tail begins sparking brightly, and then lightning comes at you, Kiara. Roll your attack and your defense here.
Jesus.
It's healing like
No, it's not.
It's definitely not.
It's
healing.
what sort of attack is it? Just a normal range attack?
It's your normal PDO attack, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, PDO ranged attack. So the regular one, and then the damage is the elemental damage. So it gets a 6 to hit you. You got a 17 to get out of the way.
No.
Oh, no.
Lightning goes arcing down the tunnel and smashes into the wall, and as it does so, you can see a cave light up in front of you for just a split second, and you smell a smell that's possibly familiar. Roll toughness.
Smells.
It's the smell of burning flesh.
That is a 3. So you smell something for a second, and then suddenly you find yourself floating down a river, and you are like being carried and jostled in these waves. Whitewater rapids all around, and you hear the sound of a waterfall nearby.
Well, now, but do I realize that suddenly this whole scene shifted?
Not quite. Well, roll magical. We'll see how deep in the throes of
Yeah.
this effect you are. That is 8. Yeah, so you didn't even notice it changed. It just like suddenly water rushed down through the well and then shoved you through this tunnel, and now you're going whitewater rafting, and you're doing it on just this rickety piece of wood in like your backpack.
Indeed, it's just a log that I'm river crossing right
Totally.
on top of it.
Kiara, a massive insectoid creature grabs a hold of Nohu and walks past you.
Well, at least I'm no longer, you know.
Great, good, yes.
And that is Kiara's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot it, because Nova didn't get to shoot something, so I'm gonna shoot the bug for Nova.
Shoot the bug.
So you turn and fire. Go ahead and give us an attack roll.
Shoot the bug for Nova. Please roll? Please?
What's going on with your rolls?
I hear you clicking.
Yeah,
You
it
click
doesn't
in
wanna
the-
let me click the little button. Yeah,
In the
it's just not
box.
letting-
In the square box.
I did
Box,
it.
not the button.
There we go.
There
You did
you
it.
go. Street rat roll. Boom! Good
Yeah.
shot. 16, you hit. Roll for damage.
That's
9 points of damage.
damage.
You shoot it, and you see chunks of its leg just kind of shatter off and go everywhere.
Yes.
The creature on the in front of you there then emits a bit of a keening sound. And as it does that, you hear a resounding noise coming from around it, as it seems to
Nope,
have
like that.
alerted other bugs nearby.
Like that.
Great.
So you look off to the side. You, of course, are an elf as well, so you can see under any kind of light conditions. Right around the corner, as you see more of these creatures begin coming to its aid now that it's screeched.
Oh,
Yeah, right. Good. More bugs
yeah.
to shoot.
Is there any way I can run, grab Nohu by the scruff of his neck, like a mama dog grabbing her small child and carrying him the other way?
You can attempt
a
to give me a
leopard.
strong. You run over, you go to grab him, give me a strong roll. Nohu,
Oh,
how much
good,
do
I'm
you
great
weigh?
at that.
Yeah. Kara's super
Nohu,
strong, right?
what's your weight?
My weight?
How rude.
Yeah.
What a rude
Yeah, you
question.
can't ask a Nohu how much he
You can't
weighs.
just ask someone that.
I mean, that's 50 for Nohu plus 62 of what he's carrying.
All right,
Yeah.
so that's 110.
You're dropping your shit,
Yeah,
Nohu,
go
is
ahead
what's
and
about
roll.
to happen.
Roll strong
I do like
for
the idea
me.
that know who carries more equipment than he
Critical
weighs.
failure.
-2.
That's your fourth crit fail tonight. Kiara, do you want to? Oh, there goes an ace.
On
All right.
Fantasy Rounds, man.
Hey,
Nice.
Fantasy
Both
Grounds.
is carrying both of us now.
Fantasy Grounds makes it fun for me. I mean, I don't know what you guys are talking
Can I
about.
roll normal dice?
Mm,
That is so not fair.
It didn't roll anything on the sheet, so.
I understand it didn't roll, but when it was a nat 20 on my non-rolled in the box.
Oh.
Wow.
Ooh, that is a 0.
So
Can we
annoying.
split the
Oh,
difference or
man.
something? That's
So
tragic.
Kiara
That makes me
rushes
sad.
forward,
Ooh.
grabs a hold of Nohu and begins pulling, but this bug like pulls back, and you're stuck in a tug of war. And that is
Yeah.
currently.
Roaring over Nohu.
That's
Honestly,
currently
I
your
don't-
action.
To be fair, I don't care about Nohu that much, so like I'll
Nova.
do this for like 3 seconds and be like,
Yeah, yeah.
"Oh, bug's got
Alright, I
him now."
tried. I don't know.
Nova, it is officially your turn now for
Shoot
this
him.
round.
I don't know. That didn't work out so well for you, and I am the type of person that
No, the
learns from
shooting worked
mistakes of
fine. It
others.
was fine.
Oh, it was the.
It was the
Um,
picking up that didn't work so well, and the shooting is fine.
Yeah.
It's fair. I keep losing my ear today. What did the bugs in front of me? Are they like, oh, my friend's in trouble? Oh my god!
These
Run
ones don't
away?
seem to be
Oh,
reacting. There is a screeching noise. There's gunshots in the cave, but they're not reacting to that. They're still coming after you.
me.
Yes, you.
You're so popular.
I'm squishy and delightful, or something. What did we say?
Right, exactly.
Squishy
Squishy
delight.
delightful. Squishy delight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
squishy
Squishy delight. That's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. I guess yeah. I am gonna use Cosmo's attack.
Okay. So which one do you want to attack? The one on the left?
You know,
or
like when the puppy dog is like, I'm gonna eat a bug. That's what he does.
suddenly her
Sky
imaginary friend just kind of apparates out of nothing and bites at it. Give us a Cosmo attack.
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 That's the chain, yeah, or
Yeah.
chain.
Yes, the chained.
I'm trying to not push the wrong button. Hey,
You got a 20. The opponent gets an 18. You actually did hit with Cosmo. Roll for damage.
Like how surprised you sound by that.
Yeah,
10
geez.
points of
10.
damage. You see this thing like take a solid hit. It's kite and splatters. You see Icarus like go all over the floor. It starts bumbling about. It is not dead, but it is not in the fight because it is severely injured. Were you attacking the one directly above you or the one to the left?
Whichever one was closer to me,
This one was the one that bit you. That one.
The
So
left one.
then that would be the one.
so it is now sideways because it happens to have taken a severe hit.
Fair enough.
If you break the exoskeleton of many bugs in this world, they will become far less likely to work and fight. Nova, you
Fair
have
enough.
one
There I
standard
go.
action remaining.
Thinking what's happening with Clay?
Clay is kind of standing there, kind of staring, and he's grabbed onto the side of the wall nearby, and is like he's got his gun out and is like starting to point it towards Patchy again.
I'm going to run an interference on that particular activity. I think I'll try to, I'm gonna try to like, I wish I wasn't such like a noob as Nova. I mean, like Nova is a noob. I'm gonna try to like center of gravity, try to like kind of tackle Clay so that he can't shoot Patchy.
All right, so you're gonna try to like slam him away from Patchy, but
Yeah.
not necessarily injure him.
No, I just like I said, like I want to like go for like kind of just above the waist in the tummy and
Alright.
just kind of like.
Give me a strong roll since you're coming out from nowhere, Clay. As you're sitting there and you're leaning over to do that again, the guy in the back of the bike leaps off of it at you.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I think I would pull out. No, I think. I think I would probably just do a defense roll here.
Alright.
Just try and keep my footing here.
So Nova, strong versus Clay's defense. Clay, this is
This
your
is why I was lamenting being a noob because I have a -4 strong. Oh,
Well,
18.
I rolled bad, so.
That's a 4. So yeah, Nova slams into you. So this individual slams into you inside the back of the paddy wagon. You kind of roll a bit, and Nova, you're like holding him against the wall. But to you, Clay, you're laying on the floor,
Yeah.
and this Empire soldier is over top of you. To the side of you,
You bastards, you're not taking Kiara.
you hear that's what Clay says to you, Nova. And Kiara off to the side, you see her just kind of roll over, and you can see that she stopped breathing. Oh no! And we lost Nova now. All right,
And
so that's Nova's.
No, but wait.
That's Nova's.
You said
action.
Kiara is what now?
no, I see Kiara is like not breathing.
Yeah, I'm
Except-
fine in real life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so he says that about Kiara. What do I see Kiara?
You don't see Kiara.
Doing.
You just see
Not
him
here.
because Kiara's not there.
Okay, so I'm just trying to figure things out,
Yeah,
like,
so
my ears are falling off
Clay
in
just
here.
talked about Kiara, even though she's objectively not
So
in view.
Nova, you look around trying
I'm
to
gonna,
take off. One
yeah. I like looking around like, so, and then I know I'm mind controlled, so I want to straight up slap him across the face.
Give me an.
Snap out of
I
it,
also
share
threw
style.
powder in his face that was supposed to get him
Yeah,
out
I
of
don't
It
know.
hasn't been his turn yet.
Yeah, that's true.
There's been a lot that's happened. Nova, give me an aware roll real quick. As you look around for a second, like Kiara, where's Kiara? And that's not high enough roll to see. So you slap.
There's like this powder that's suddenly in my face.
You slap Clay across the face, reaching up and just wham. And we'll say what happens when it's Clay's turn. Patchy, over to you.
And she feels so bad about it.
No, it's cathartic. He's fine with it. I've done it before. It's cool.
All right.
It's fine.
So Patchy, it is now your turn.
Nova would feel
You
bad.
have 2 actions. If you'd like to walk back, you look at your arm. It
Right,
seems to have
what's
like
left? It's an
scribbles, and it. Give me a magical to see if you can actually read what's on your arm.
Hey, come on, it's my arm. Okay, fine.
You see what's written on your arm as, "It's your fault. You did this to yourself."
What's that about?
You see around you the walls and the city on fire. You see chemical agents in the air. You see a massive red cloud of dust evaporate individuals as they're running down the street.
Ah, shit.
You
This.
see a Skixon child's hand near you in the ground.
Wait, no, it didn't affect the Skixon. it was supposed to. That this is happening all differently. Also, I mean, the original is also really fucked up. But god damn it! Wait, this already happened. Why am I living this? Why am I living this?
You see, like, the skeletons of individuals that you caused raising themselves up from the ground, and they just start coming towards you. You did this. You did this. This is your fault.
No,
Your fault. This
wasn't
is
me.
your fault.
They stole my research. It wasn't
Why
me.
would you allow them?
Wake up! This is not real. This is not real. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Patchy, you get the distinct sensation that running is a great idea.
I'm just gonna start running even though my leg is fucked up.
You start, like, running and, like, your leg just dragging behind you a little bit as you
Wasn't my
scramble
fault.
and
They
flee.
stole my research. It wasn't my fault. I didn't know. No one.
Patchy,
don't mean to do that.
give me an agile roll.
Where the hell is he going?
All right. You see Patchy turn and sprint, Skixon like right up a wall nearby and through a little tiny hole. There's no way you can climb through after him. You duck into a hole, you dive down below, you come out the other side, and you continue moving, and you hear the voice of yourself in the distance telling you, it's here. I know it. It's here. And in the distance, you see the whiteboard.
Yes, my research. I know they won't steal it this time. They won't turn it into some monstrosity this time. Wait. Does it say the same thing again?
On your arm,
Yeah.
it says Felicia knows.
Oh,
You broke Sanan.
I know. Oh no. Shut up! You don't know shit. You bloody arm. You part of it.
Just gnaw off your arm. It'll fix the problem.
Pull a Bruce Campbell.
No, this is no. It's a lie. It's a lie. I'm gonna start chewing on my arm.
You bite out a few times. In the distance, you hear.
Felicia?
You look for a second, and the shape of Felicia kind of dips into a small crevice up ahead, going down into some stone nearby.
I'm gonna skitter after her.
You kind of squeeze your way through this little hole, moving further and further down below. And you come out the other end, and you see Felicia and some woman standing on the other side with long black hair that goes all the way down to the floor, reaches down and picks up Felicia.
She's definitely a witch.
Yes, you are quite beautiful, aren't you? And such a snack. And we move to Clay.
So, first thing I would like to do is, since I haven't technically been attacked this round, I would like to reflexive action use Slippery Eel.
Would you count Nova tackling you as an attack?
Okay, yeah, sure. Anyway, also, wait, what happened with your counter and the slapping?
Yes,
Actually,
there
yeah.
are things that are about to happen.
Please.
So, on your turn, as you were laying there, the Empire soldier slammed you into the deck. You look over, you see Kiara not breathing anymore. You're hearing all this rattling of this carriage moving everywhere. You're hearing this strange buzzing noise in the back of your mind. And then suddenly the Empire soldier leans up, and underneath the uniform you see Nova's face, and you see a hand just wham, and suddenly she's just sitting over top of you or pushing you against a wall.
What? And now I can actually see what's going around.
Yes, but right
around me?
behind her you see this large buzzing creature like flying on these two chitinous wings that is about to bite into the back of her neck.
Okay, sure. Let's go with it.
What? What?
I'm going to, as a note, my gun is like actually a smaller, more elegant, that you can see has like a small, basically it comes out on like a little arm, like it's hidden in the trench coat and bracelet, and pulls out and will fire prejudice at the gun, at the bug, and I should have the opportunist because it is also engaged with Nova right now, correct?
Yes, this
So
creature,
I have
you also caught it by surprise, technically, because it
Great.
hadn't been engaged in combat with you until now.
Nova, you're engaged
Uh,
So I'm going to
to a bug.
fire prejudice at it with my bonus.
firing prejudice with
So-
prejudice, got it.
So it's a
Extreme
17 because of opportunities.
The opponent gets a 5, so you're going to hit.
So it will
And
do
add your D8
this
on top.
and a D8. So that will be
15.
15. That shouldn't have been +2. 15 damage, please.
So with 15 points of damage, what does it look like as you just destroy this bug?
As again, like it's a very small revolver, just like whips it and just fires it right between like the many different eyes. I imagine there's like a big squidging like noise. Sorry, don't worry. The instant we go outside, it will get washed off. Looking around, I don't see any other allies.
No,
Kiara!
give me an aware roll real quick.
Great, yeah. Aware.
All right, you're on a raised section of a platform. It's about a 5, maybe 8 foot right in between there, drop right in front of you that leads into another tunnel that's going around. You can hear the sounds of gunfire. You can hear this weird keening noise. And for the briefest of seconds, you saw a tail just, like probably Patchy's tail go zipping past you.
Patchy went that way.
I'm definitely Clay's gonna follow the gunshot because Gunma probably means Kiara. So
Give me an aware roll to determine where the gunshot went from. There are echoing caverns in here. It's hard to tell.
Fair. Huh?
3. All right. You heard it from that direction over there.
Right. Well, my move speed is 5, so I will use my second action to.
Wow, you're so slow.
I'm a dwarf. Sure am. All right. Well, that's me.
Okay.
As I rush
as you
towards
rush
my
over in that direction, you see a bit of light from the entryway, from where you originally came in. A large insectoid creature crawling about on the ground that has kind of turned and moved its head towards you. And a narrow tunnel of some kind. Looks like a burrowing creature made this. You're not sure you can fit well, but you can try to get through it. But that's where you heard Kiara's gunshot come from.
Got it. Okay. Well, that's my 2 actions, so
That is
we'll
Clay's
sit for now.
turn. This creature that saw you moves over in your direction, and you see its little mandibles just scythe in towards your ankles.
Good.
The ankles? That's rude.
And I will reflexive action parry with my sword as I pull out Pride, my sword, which now has a rocket attached to it, I guess, because of Nohu.
It does. Just so you're aware, it critically fails on a 5 or lower now. So go ahead and
Great.
roll.
Thank you, Nohu. Let me just make sure, because I believe I have a bonus. Ah, yes, here it is. So it's a +2 to my parry.
That's a 5.
That would be a failure. That would be a critical failure
That
as well.
is
So I think I will ace that.
I like the fact Nohu had it in his brain that he was gonna put it on Nova's gun, and then somehow was like, yeah, sword, gun, they're the same thing.
You know.
It's on the hilt. Hilts are hilts, right? 17. Your parry comes up, and you just immediately you see like the mandibles kind of clack against it. You kind of struggle and push this bug's face away from you for the moment.
And then I would like to second reflexive action, because Scoundrel, Slippery Eel, and give it the opportunity tag for the rest of the scene. As I imagine it leaps at me, I want to basically have its mouth in my sword and basically keep its mouth like kind of stuck on my sword as I move to get in an
advantageous position. Perfect.
Yes.
All right, suspend your overload to do so, and that bug now has opportunity permanently.
Yeah.
All right, around the corner, another insect comes crawling in this direction, noticing some things are going on. One of the ones that was inside the room with Nova. Off in the main room, the bug that happens to have had its legs blown off just kind of sits there still keening. One of the ants comes over and grabs a hold of Nohu like a big piece of food and proceeds to start pulling it along. Your raft fragments, Nohu, and shatters, but not long after, you see other bits of debris float up, and you're able to grab your arms onto them and keep aboard this thing as it still rushes with you downstream.
Well, it is going downstream, but it's not going as fast as Nohu needs. So, unlike some boring old person before me, my gun is also upgraded by Nohu himself. So, some people may call them a defect. Nohu thinks of them as unknown surprises, happy surprises. So, I want to know if I can load my gun to automatically or intentionally create that unintended effect after latching it on my piece of driftwood, so that it can
You
go
latch
really fast.
You latch your weapon to the piece of driftwood and try to trigger its critical fault. Give me a
Yes.
brains roll. Let's see if you can accomplish that.
Jesus Christ, no.
That is a 15. Do you have +2 handy?
Handy from repair.
Any +1s out there? You're 2 shy. It's 17 or higher.
Oh, not the repair rolls wouldn't add to this.
I wouldn't say it's a repair, more on manipulation. Did you have a tool you could have used to assist you with this?
Well, I have my my Tinker tool books, my advances, that gives me a +2 to any rolls.
There you
using
go.
The kits.
So
if
attaching
I
it
would be
on
able
using
to use
those, if you use those tools, that does give you your +2. So yes, you attach this
Got
onto the piece of driftwood, and then will you describe what your effect is?
My effect is that on a critical failure, the user is launched 1d10 distance forward from the current position, and impact with any object causes 4d6 core hit points damage.
So why don't you go ahead and give me a d10 roll to see how far forward you launch this poor little insect.
Poor little insect goes.
All right, 3
True.
squares forward. It's 15 feet. That collides with the other insect in the hallway. Go ahead and roll damage twice, 1 to each one of them.
It is 4d6. All right.
yeah,
And you get 2 +1s from Annika. First one takes 16 damage. The second one takes 14 damage, and you just splatter these bugs all over each other on the back side of the room.
I knew I should have secured myself to the driftwood as well.
Your driftwood shatters all over the place, and now you're just floating in the river. But you seem to have gotten into a narrow, or like a shallow space, because you find yourself sitting upright.
Oh man. I wanted to go for a swim.
The damage.
Let's go with the.
So we're still
Let's
in the
go for that waterfall then.
heading towards the waterfall. The damage bug, its turn, it just turns and like very weakly bites at Kiara.
Okay.
Bug
Go
gets
off,
a
bug.
16 to hit. No,
No bug.
15 hit you. 21. Yeah.
No
You
bug.
Very easily avoid that too. Kiara's getting quite good at dodging things.
Smack.
Smack. Another piece of driftwood shows up suddenly. By the way, Nohu, and slides underneath you.
All right, this
Some
one is.
very courteous driftwood.
Yeah.
And
You know.
then it just begins floating downstream again. As Nohu goes around the corner, you can't see what's actually happening anymore.
He is a famous adventurer. Even the driftwood is trying to help him adventure.
All right, now this is the end of the round. Patchy, give me a magical roll as you attempt to resist the effects of mind control. You're at +1. That is a critical failure.
No, it's gonna eat Felicia. No. Wait, I just had one ace, right?
I think you might be out of luck at this point, my friend.
Unless the audience might want to help Patchy out.
So, Patchy, do you want something
Only
that's going
you
to
can
impact
prevent
you?
Felicia from dying.
Do you want something that's going to impact you in
Right.
a great way?
Do you want
there's a
death on
reroll
your
from
hands?
McSherry.
Thank you so much, Pixie.
You don't want a cat death on your hands, do you, audience?
That is a 14 with your +1. Patchy, you start to struggle a little bit, and you find yourself in a large open area filled with webbing. Now, inside of this area, wrong button. there is a very large creature situated and poking itself up over the edge, and in its claw, sticking out from the ground, is a familiar face. If I can find it.
I don't like it.
No.
Well, she's right there. And you see this massive creature grabbing a hold and stroking Felicia's fur. And Felicia just kind of purrs and rubs up against it. And you see the creature lifted up over top of its mouth. And we fade to black as we go to our break.
Shut it!
We will be right back, everybody, in the next 10 minutes. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. So, yeah.
Didn't you say Felicia was good at gauging when people are bad, and here it is purring and rubbing up against this giant...
Clearly mind controlled. I'm good
See
too.
you all shortly.